So the next thing I'm going to do before I try to put a create an inverse kinetic system, I want to limit the movement or the rotation of this joint here at the elbow, the trochlear notch joint. The elbow we know only moves, get the channel box here, can only rotate really in one direction. Okay, and we see that it's rotating in the y-axis. So if I change that to 0, that's one limit, and if I change it to, let's say, 145, that's pretty much the limit. All right. Now, I'll go back to 0 here. How do I do that? Okay, in order to do that, I'm going to find the attribute editor. And inside the attribute editor is a thing called limit information. I have to have the joint selected, trochlear notch is selected. Go to limit, and I'm going to go to the one that says rotate. Now, right now, there's no limits. There's no minimum or maximum. They're grayed out. Okay, currently, this is what the value of everything is. So I can say that the limit of all three joints is 0, 0, 0. The X joint I don't want to rotate in, so I'm going to make its maximum 0. The Y joint I'm going to change to 145 because that's what I found out in my this is frustrating. I can't remember how to do this. 145. Let's change this to 145. All right, let's go into the channel box real quick. Let's change that to 145. Now let's go back to the attribute editor. Say, wow, keeps doing that. Okay, so I have to hit the arrow first, then click that as the maximum. So let me undo that, redo it for you. Okay, so this is the 145 I got when I changed the value in the channel box. Click this little arrow. Notice it's still grayed, but it has that value there. Now I click and say that's the max, and the max here. So now I can rotate that arm, and it's going to stay relatively perpendicular to the joint axis. Okay, so that's how we set the limit on that joint. Now that's important. You'll see later. I'll do some comparisons, but when I do the IK, that's going to help keep the joint rotating accurately so it doesn't flip all over the place.